Hi everyone, it's Rachel Chase. Welcome to the Creative Empowerment Show, episode 9, January 2021. I'm recording this on the 22nd of the month. So happy New Year everyone, and enjoy this show where I talk about self-actualization, intention, finding peace within yourself, and stay tuned at the end for a really powerful healing meditation. Reach out for support and to stay tuned with all of my upcoming online events for this year. I'm really excited about them. Go to my website, rachelchase.com. Very excited to have you today. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Creative Empowerment Show, Invoking Radical Love with Rachel Chase. Are you seeking greater fulfillment and the courage to live your best life? Rachel's guidance and insight will uplift your spirit, catalyze your inner wisdom, and ignite your soul's purpose in this lifetime. Enjoy engaging discussions and guided meditations to elevate your frequency and access deep peace. Be inspired to invoke radical love in your life right here, right now. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Rachel Chase, and you are listening to and watching the Creative Empowerment Show, Invoking Radical Love with Rachel Chase. That's me. This is my show, and you are on the Transformation Talk Radio Network. You might be listening to me on Spotify or Apple Podcast or iHeartRadio, or watching this on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, Rachel Chase Creative Empowerment. And I am so grateful to be part of the Transformation Network, because the glorious space that they hold for all of us teachers and healers and conscious creators is really intentional. And so today I'm going to talk about a couple of things, one of which is the idea of self-actualization, the idea of intention, and we're going to just see where that takes us. Because when I'm creating these videos on I have a lot of other videos on my YouTube channel, and I have a Facebook group called Visionary Women Invoking Radical Love, and I do Facebook Lives in there too, and I love doing these videos. I don't just do them because they say you should if you're marketing your work. Although that's something I'm exploring lately too, is this idea of conscious marketing. And so, I'm not a marketer. I'm a healer. I'm a teacher. I'm a therapist. I'm an artist. But in this day and age of being online, we are really being pushed into another phase of understanding how to get our work out there and serve more people, and grow our businesses. So what does that look like in this day and age on the online world, right? So how does that relate to self-actualization and intention? I think it relates really well. And I want to share what's been going on with me in my work with you. And I want to talk about this concept of self-actualization because it's been coming up a lot in terms of not the business, but the work of coaching, the work of counseling, the work of therapy. If you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and you can just look it up if you haven't, because this is not a new concept. This concept's been around quite a while. We have basic human needs, right? We have basic human needs, and that are all equally the same. We need to eat food, right? We need clean water to drink. And that's an interesting topic I'd like to talk about another time, is water too. How do we go about maintaining a healthy water intake every day, right? It's like the simplest thing. It's really important. Intentional. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let's come back to that for a moment. At the bottom of this triangle, this hierarchy, it's a diagram in the shape of a triangle. You have safety and security, right? You need to be safe from harm, a roof over your head, although not everyone needs a roof over their head. Some folks choose not to have a roof over their head, and they're perfectly happy that way. Something to think about there too. But in terms of these basic needs, it starts at the bottom and works its way all the way up, going through the need for healthy relationships, right? All the way up to the top. And the top, little triangle pyramid at the top, is self-actualization. So theoretically, based on this model, if all of these needs are met, then you're capable of, or you're supported enough, you've got all the resources you need to then be able to develop into this self-actualized being. Now, what is a self-actualized being? I was talking about this with one of my closest allies recently. We were talking about business, and I was sharing with her about the program that I'm in the process of creating called Metamorphosis. And I'm still in the deciding mode of whether I want it to be an 8-week program or a 12-week program. And this is a program for women. It's a self-development as well as professional development program for facilitators, healers, teachers, women who have stepped into saying yes to be in service to love through their lives and relationships and their work. This is who this program is for. And why is it for these women? It's because over the course of being a yoga and meditation teacher all these years, as well as a confidant to women, as well as a mental health therapist, as well as an expressive arts facilitator, a workshop leader, doing all these things, what's just naturally been attracted toward me are women who've said yes to love and service to love in their personal and professional lives. So I've said yes to supporting them. And as I'm supporting them, I'm supported as well. And this relates to this concept of self-actualization because I was reading the description. I write a lot, and I was writing about, basically it's a message that I'll be putting out, a message to these women, a message, a call to action, an expression that says, here we are. Here's what you're up to. I see you. I'm here for you. Check this out, what I'm about to be creating, and maybe you'll want to take part in it, right? So I'm writing this statement, and in the statement I said something like, so you're interested in self-actualization, or you're being the world needs self-actualized women, or something like that, I said. So now I've been thinking about that. And the reason why I was talking about my conversation with my friend is because I brought up this idea to her, and she said, wow, that's a tall order. If you want women in your program that are self-actualized, I don't know if it's kind of like, I'm, I might be intimidated, or might feel like I don't belong in that group. Wow, that hit me and struck me and made me reconsider my belief around self-actualization. What do I believe it means? So I looked it up. Good old internet search. Isn't that where all the meanings of everything is on the internet? Isn't that what we do? That's what we do now, though. Just look it up. Google it, as they say. So I looked up the meaning of it, and I sat with this idea of what, and I'm just gonna look it up here while I'm with you. And that's the beauty of doing this podcast style, is if I want, I can stop the recording and start it again, but I don't think I'll need to. Self-actualization. I'm going to read this to you. I wasn't intending to read this to you before, but now I'm realizing, let's read the words on what pops up in the dictionary here. It's a noun. It says, the realization or fulfillment of one's talents and potentialities. especially considered as a drive or need present in everyone. Drive or need present in everyone. I thought about that. Not everyone is really necessarily interested in fulfilling their potentialities. Now, excuse me. Bless me, thank you. But a lot of people are, aren't they? A lot of people, gosh, they just want to go for their dreams. I know I do. And of course, that changes over time. Now, here I am, 45 years old, and I think a lot about the dreams that I had when I was a child or a teenager or a 20-something or a 30-something or a 40-something or just yesterday. And your present environment, the people that you surround yourself with, the place that you're in, whether you're in a city or the country, whether you went to this school or that school, whether your parents were this or that, whether you come from this lineage or that lineage, whether you have this access to or that access or no access, or again, back to clean water again. All these things influence what our desires will be. This desire is coming. I just said the word desires, but that's not anywhere in the actual quote definition. The realization or fulfillment of one's talents and potentialities. So this is implying that you've already realized them. So when you attain or achieve self-actualization, you have realized, you have fulfilled, you are in the process of realizing them and fulfilling these talents and potentialities. Especially considered as a drive. So you're like driven. It's this idea of being driven. Or a need. Boy, I just need to do this. Is it really a need? Maybe. Maybe our world needs us to become, wouldn't it be amazing if we all, see my lights back here flickering. Wouldn't it be amazing if you're listening to this show, you must hear my little asides and wonder what I'm saying. I have a string of these really cool lights behind me on my couch, and they're battery operated, and I'm realizing they're flickering a little, so that's kind of fun. Anyways, what if we all, this is something I think about a lot. What if, God, can you imagine it? If everyone had access to the resources, okay? Because we know there's plenty to go around. There is not a limit of resources in the world. That is a lie. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's plenty to go around. This is about access, right? This is where we're at right now with social justice and everything. If I'm sitting here saying I'm holding space for women who are interested in self-actualization, what does that mean? Does that mean that they're already there? Or they're interested in it? So this is where I'm at. I'm kind of wrestling with this concept. But what if, this is the thing I think about all the time, what if I can imagine all the billions of people around the world, every single person, what if every single person was living as the full capable abilities that they have? Even if they got into an accident or something and lost the use of a limb, that doesn't matter. That doesn't hold them back. They're still able to do what they need. Even if they've come from an impoverished neighborhood, that they suddenly are given what they need and they're able to attain what they would like to attain and go for it. And some might say, yeah, well, what if they want to attain harm to someone else? But maybe I'm just living in my little dream world over here. And I know some people will say that I'm just too much of an idealist, and, you're living in your dream world of utopia, Rachel. But if you do not dare to dream, how will dreams come true? Right? How will dreams come true if you do not dare to dream? If every single human being on the planet was given what they need, was completely taken care of, there would not be the sense that one needs to take from someone else. Sit with that for a moment. I'd be out of a job if that was the case too, right? We probably wouldn't have, the systems wouldn't be the way that they are, that's for sure. There would be so much more egalitarian awareness. Gift culture would be present. We would be able to give and receive more freely and easily. We wouldn't have all these fear barriers, afraid of each other, the divisiveness. If we actually were fully expressed in that conscious way, able to have a space for our talents to be expressed and shared in community, our gifts would be nurtured from a young age. This is the native way, isn't it? This is the native way. Indigenous cultures see the possibilities and potentialities in the young ones and nurture those. They don't force them into something that they're not. And that is what I see has happened in our culture. People are being forced into round pegs when they're square or they're triangle. They're being told you have to do it this way, otherwise you'll fail. This is just the way it works. Oh well, I guess I have to give up on what I wanted to do in my life because I better get in line or else I won't have food on my table, right? And then the resentment builds. And then it permeates into the relationships. And then you have a really pissed off husband and a really upset wife, and all of this projection takes place on each other, and then they have kids, and that just spreads into the children. So you see this effect. You see this generation after generation after generation. So I'm a little bit on a rant today. And that's okay. Because it's so important to look at these things. Even in this moment in time when I know many people, we just had this inauguration of a new president here in the United States. Some people are really excited about it. Some people are really upset about it. For me, it's another day. It's another day. I see the benefits of it. I see the sigh of relief that brings so many people I care about. I also see other people I care about, and from their perspective, there's a whole other thing going on where these people aren't oppressors or seeking to oppress, but they see that there were some opportunities there with that administration that for them, now those are gone. So there's these sides, flip-flop thing going on. And what I really want to focus on in the meditation that we're going to do today is unity. Not just bringing sides together, but bringing in the energy of remembering that we're one and anchoring that energy into the planet. As we do that, it helps us tap into and connect with the place inside that remembers that no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. No matter what happens, I have resources. I can take care of myself. I have a strength and a voice within me that I can share. I can move through the difficult emotions and thoughts that are going on inside. I can hold space for that which is my full expression of myself. And I can intend to be kind-hearted. open and receptive, to listen, to model acceptance of the other. This is what is so needed at this time. More models of compassion, acting from the wisdom place, self-healing. More people doing that adds that energy into the culture, the system, the stratosphere. More models of that. So let's take a breath for a moment. And remember that the intention of this show is to invoke radical love. Radical love asks us to bring through the loving energy, no matter what, to connect with it, even if it's complete and utter chaos, it's a horrible situation, that we radically love ourselves. We do it anyways. We do it anyways. Even if we did this once, or we did that thing, or we're making this mistake currently, or, we're not living up to our, quote, full potential. So what does that full potential mean anyways? Is this something that someone else said that you're capable of, and so you should be living up to something? So I'm going to take out the self-actualization phrase, because although on the one hand, that is what I hold space for my clients to do, to be able to get to this point where that is what they're working on, fulfillment, that they've been able to heal all of these levels and layers, and they're being and overcome amazing trauma. I mean, I have seen some incredible things with my clients. It's unbelievable. When they do the work, myself included. I can't even believe it. Here I am living this life that I wouldn't have ever thought I'd be doing. When I first got into energy healing and Kundalini yoga and these healing modalities, I wasn't thinking I was going to be teaching this stuff or facilitating in this way. Being a therapist, this was not where I was headed in my mind necessarily, although I wasn't quite sure where I was headed, honestly. I've always been an artist, always wanted to continue my work as an artist, and I always knew that I had a propensity for helping others, but how that might go down, wasn't quite sure yet. So, I got help. I received all that assistance for a long time to bring myself back to harmony within, at least be able to find out where it is so that I can keep coming back to it. I mean, I'm a human being. We're always kind of toggling in and out of harmony. Even when we're able to sustain it, harmony, what is harmony? We are instruments. We're instruments. We're like musical instruments. We have all of these strings in our body and in our mind and in our conscious field of existence here that ping and ding and dong, and we are instruments. When we can be super present and awake and aware to that, we know where to make little adjustments here and there to bring things back to harmony. We can be more aware and see when there's more of a driving force of push or headstrongness, and we need to soften that maybe, or where we're like maybe just a little too spaced out or floaty, and we need to ground and get more present and clear and focused, you know. So this is about harmony is balance. It's tuning our systems, tuning our instrument. And we all have a place inside that we can come back to. It may not be obvious where it is in the beginning, this place inside, when you're first starting out to learn what it is to create harmony in yourself. Maybe anxiety attacks are out of control and you don't know how to stop them. Maybe you're living in a situation that's got you just really confused and there's power differentials at play and you're not sure what move to make. Getting into love within helps to refine and connect us with what is right for you. Not what everybody else says you should be doing or being or saying, but what is true for you. And then you learn how to communicate about that. You learn how to share it. You learn how to take actions that are more in accord with that truth. And it gets to the point where you can not necessarily have to attach yourself so strongly to the truth that it's always going to be the truth, but that it's the truth right now. So when we say live your truth, it's a funny statement, isn't it? It's like, oh, I want that. Yeah, show me how to do that. I want to live according to my truth. Give me a plan of action. Show me those steps. 3 steps to living your truth. 5 bullet points about living your truth now. You know, hey, I've got bullet points. I've got steps. I know. But what is it really? How do you do that? Where is your truth and how do you live it? For me, what helps the most to overcome, there's that word again, I used it earlier today in a Facebook Live I was just creating in my women's group, Visionary Women Invoking Radical Love. And if you're listening and you want to be part of that group, just look it up. You can find me on Facebook, Rachel Chase, Creative Empowerment. Been around a long time. I've been in the internet land a while. My website is rachelchase.com. You can sign up for my newsletter and book some sessions with me for healing. Go deep with me. Explore all these things for yourself. Get into what your truth is for you. I've found that that's really the bottom line of what my work is about, is creating a space that's courageous and peaceful, where we can breathe and tune in with being the vessel for the present moment to be available, for the energy of loving light to flow through your being. And when we do that, we know that truth is a moment-to-moment thing. It's a moment-to-moment thing. So what if self-actualization is getting to the point where each moment shows you what your truth is? And this is an evolutionary thing. So it's an ever-evolving story. And it's a spiral. It's a spiral of energy that your life is ever spiraling, expanding with the universe, because that is what the universe is doing. Therefore, that is what we are doing, whether we like it or not. That's what's going on. Things are speeding up, right? But the anchoring of the present moment, of just being here, of taking that breath and going in with your mind, going into your inner space, literally. When you close your eyes, you can do it with your eyes open, but when you close your eyes, it's much easier to go in, because then we don't have all the external sensory input as present, right? We can close our eyes, direct our focus inside of ourselves, create space with breath, soften the tension with the exhale, and become very curious. What is here inside of me? What is here inside? Many things might come up when you do this. Many things might come up. A million things might come up. The more things come up, the more you ask the question and keep going in deeper and deeper, so that those million things start to kind of get moved off a little bit to the side and go up and out and up and out and up and out and up and out as you go down and in and down and in and down and in and down and in. You're creating space with the inhale, you're softening the tension with the exhale, you're bringing your mind back in, and you're going down and in and down and in and down and in, and that creates more space. What is here within me? Where is harmony? Where is peace? I know that you're in there. We might have the stubborn inner child that says, no, it's not, damn it. I'm not experiencing harmony. I don't have harmony and peace inside me. That aspect that comes up that says, no, and kicks and stomps her feet. I have her too. So then we meet her where she is, and we tell her we love her. And we say, we understand. This is how you're feeling. This is classic inner child shadow work, everybody. All the stuff out there that talks about shadow work and inner child work, it's just being with your inner child. That part of you that is stubborn and frustrated and pissed and angry and upset, or just feels hurt and afraid and is hiding, or has been fighting forever, or, you know, this part of you that's unresolved, that needs to be welcomed in to your arms. And then you can sit in the space together and look all around you at all these parts of you that are here. Just be with it all. Wow, look at all these aspects of myself. Look at it all. Isn't it amazing? And you might say, oh, well, these aspects I don't like so much. Maybe I want to get rid of them. Well, let's not try to get rid of them per se. Let's sit with them. Let's find out more. Let's be curious. Where is peace inside? Where is it? Maybe the peace doesn't come right up in the beginning. Maybe at first it's the frustrations or the anger or the anxiety or the whatever it is. Maybe it's all these other things that come up at first. This is what we mean by peeling off the layers. We're going down into the space that holds it all together, which is peace. It's a power. It's a field. It's a place. It's a space. It's an energy. It's a way of being. It does not spiritual bypass. True peace is that place and space and energy that is something to do with courage. Something to do with being courageous. And holding that space for it. It is holding space for you, really. But when we can give ourselves permission to climb inside of it, imagine that, climbing inside of the energy of peace. And breathing it into your cells and your brain and your heart and your throat and your belly and your skin and your bones. Breathe it into your bones. The energy of peace. Yeah. It is here. It is. What if self-actualization is that? That no matter what you're projecting into the world, no matter what profession, no matter what artistic expression, no matter what relationship success, no matter what you have attained, that you're able to be in peace all the while. All the while. Because you're able to go down and in, and sit with all those parts of yourself and ask them what they need and find out about them and listen to them and be with them in a circle together, holding hands rather than fighting against them. So when we talk about releasing the past, people want to just let go or just release all of these things that have held them back. Maybe releasing it is more about releasing the fight or the struggle against all of these things that you don't like about your past. Even the fact that you don't like it can be released. Maybe it's the beliefs about the past, the effects. It's real. Don't get me wrong. Trauma has a real effect on us. Physiologically, mentally, emotionally. It can wreak havoc. I know it. Card-carrying member. Everybody has a different story. Everybody's pain is pain. Everybody's struggle and strife is struggle and strife. Suffering is suffering is suffering. This puts us all on the same page there. I know. Some of those things come up. Yeah, but they've got this and this and this and this and this and this, and they're suffering over here because these people did this to these people over here, and that's the same story. It's the suffering because of the things we've done to ourselves and the things we've done to each other. So what is release? It's getting to the point where you've been able to go in and create deep understanding with what has happened in your life, to make the connections with how it all went down, and go back to my earlier podcasts, please, because I talk a lot about this, to be able to forgive. Maybe there's little edges of resentment that linger even after many, many years of the forgiveness work. It's okay. That's part of it too. Releasing being so hard on ourselves because of what has happened to us. Sometimes, God, I should just let that go by now. What's wrong with me? I should have that healed by now. God, I've been working on that forever. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. It's a process. It's a sad situation as this hurt has happened. It's a good thing that you still have compassion for the fact that this should not have happened. Compassion for it is important. Release doesn't mean, oh, it doesn't affect me anymore, and, I don't care. The whole I don't care thing. That's okay that you might be in that place, the I don't care place. That's been a survival mechanism or a defense mechanism that's been going on a while. It got you where you are now. And now you're realizing, I do care. It does matter. And what do I do next? If you're trying to work that out, reach out. I can help you with that. We can talk. But right now, just sit with it. Just sit with it. Sit with that place inside. And sit with the curiosity of wondering, where is the peace inside of me? Where is it? Where is it? Now this brings me to intention. Intention is about, how do I want to be in this situation? What am I going to be available to in this situation or in this process or this experience or in my life? My intention for my day is to be loving, to be kind. My intention for this experience with other people is to be available and receive a connection that is kind-hearted with these people. My intention is to allow the flow of divine love to be present in my every breath. My intention is to hold space in the most conscious, respectful, honoring way as possible. My intention is to grow and flow in my life and let it show me what I need to know so that I can be available to it. My intention is to give myself a break when I've been really hard on myself, to notice if I'm being hard on myself, and then just drop that. Give myself some self-care instead. So sometimes if you have a real grip on a specific intention you want, like my intention is to make $10,000 this month, and then you didn't make $10,000 that month, I'm an idiot. I must have done everything wrong. Oh no, what does that mean about me? That's not intention. That's a goal or a desire. Intention is different. Yes, intention implies desire. It implies maybe the future, which goals are about the future. Desires can be about the past too, can't they? Yeah. Desires are about the future, but they're also about the past too. It's about wanting. Want. And it's not a bad thing to want things. You want things and you want them the way you want them. I like to be on a comfortable couch when I'm reading a book. I want it the way I want it to be. Gosh, I really like to be on a comfortable couch when I read a book. And that's the way I want it to be. If I can have it that way, great. But if I can't, how can I come up with another way of finding a nice place to read my book? Maybe if there's no comfortable couch available. This is such an important part of the process of healing and growth and invoking radical love, is to let go sometimes of the need to have it exactly the way you have to have it. That's a good one, isn't it? So, is self-actualization about getting what you want and achieving it? Or is it about having the resources to cultivate your gifts, talents, and abilities? Or is it something else? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to reach out to me. My email is rachel@rachelchase.com. I have some wonderful events coming up. I have Reiki trainings online. These are all virtual, level 1, level 2. And then if you want to do level 3, that's a little different. This requires an application, and would really want to talk about it because this implies an application of it to your life and then being able to teach it to others. So if you're interested in teaching Reiki, reach out to me and we can talk about that too. I've been teaching Reiki, which is energy healing. That's all it is. It's a lineage from Usui, Dr. Usui, through, let's see, it's been since the mid-1800s when he first brought this energy through. He was not the only one who practiced Reiki. This is just a particular lineage, much like Tai Chi, Qigong, Kung Fu. We have lineages in these practices. And in this practice, we're working with the energy of breath, awareness, focus, your hands as healing instruments, being the vessel for source energy, and getting in tune with how it operates in your life, physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in your relationships, pets, plants, people, homes. It's amazing. It really was the gateway to healing for me. When I found Reiki in 2002, it helped me through some incredible hurdles. I had a breast lump. I had my nervous system had shut down. The left side of my body was shutting down. I had some real physical health problems, and the physical health problems were all connected to, of course, my disconnection, my anger with God, my unresolved wounds and pain. And so Reiki, acupuncture, yoga and meditation, all these wonderful things that I teach now are the very things that moved me through absolute health crises. So self-healing is real. You can heal your life. I'm not the first person to say that. Louise Hay has that great book she put out many years ago. You can heal your life. If you'd like to be part of my Reiki training, let me know. And if you're a woman who's interested in doing monthly online retreats with me as well, please reach out, Rachel@rachelchase.com. I'll be putting out monthly spiritual warrior women healing immersions. And these are Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday weekend events starting next month in February. Coming around the corner, actually, it's going to be Valentine's Day weekend. I'll be putting all the dates up on my website very shortly, but sign up for my newsletter so you can get all the information on that. And then I also have the 8-week or 12-week really deep dive coaching program for healing, and also to look at your work. If you're an artist, if you're creative, if you're a healer, if you're a therapist, if you're a coach, how you want to facilitate and hold space for others through your work. Isn't that an amazing thing to think about? So it's going to be a kind of an incubator too, where you can get feedback and support for other incredible wise women that we'll be working with together in the group this summer. That'll be in June, so we have a little time to get ready for that. But in the meantime, if you'd like to do some session work with me, do some quantum healing work, and find out more about that too, or just some integrative coaching and meditation and energy work type sessions, or if you want to go deep and work with me a little bit longer and really do some therapeutic coaching and work on your next level of healing, please do reach out. It's Rachel@rachelchase.com. We're going to be wrapping the show up here with a meditation, as I always do, an invocation. Invocation means to acknowledge with words what is already present. So breathing in, breathing out. Take a moment to be in contemplation about these ideas I've been bringing forth today and the energy we've been connecting with today. Take a few of these breaths to really just be with the presence of your sacred inner space and get curious about what and where is peace within me. And just see what arises when you contemplate the idea of peace within yourself. Feel your breath moving in, moving out. Feel your body breathing. Contemplate, reflect, consider peace within. And when you consider peace within, you are tapping into the energy that is prevalent everywhere. The energy of universal peace. Universal peace. take a couple more breaths and tap into the awareness of universal peace. Universal peace. Everywhere, all over the world, and beyond into the cosmos. Universal peace. And notice that as you do this awakening and awareness work of inviting in this deep, deep felt sense in your being, you're automatically opening and being available to the photonic energy of cosmic loving light and wisdom that is prevalent always here now, and brings you into the present state of being in your heart. And in the heart is where all the wisdom lies. All the truth that you shall ever need is in your heart. So place your fingertips at your heart center or the center of your chest and breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Loving light. Ask your heart a question right now. And allow the wisdom to come through the space of your heart. The answer that comes is always in service to unity, because the heart is concerned with unity, oneness. When you're in coherence with the energy of your heart, you are in the space of peace naturally, which is true love, true acceptance. And whatever answers come through your heart space, ask your question again. I like to ask a question that starts with, what do I need to know about blank? And then fill in the blank. What do I need to know in order to blank? What do I need to know? And then let the answer come through the way that is most natural to you. A sense, a feeling, maybe words, maybe images, maybe just a knowing that comes. And then trust it. And then act on it. All right. Take another breath, please, with me. I am in so much gratitude for you, for listening and watching and being with me here today. Again, you're listening to the Creative Empowerment Show with Rachel Chase. I'm recording this on January 22nd, 2021. I realize I didn't say it that at the very beginning of this, so I'm going to have to do a little edit on the very beginning of this and put that at the front end of this podcast. So, oh, goodness gracious. We're moving into this year. Happy New Year, everyone. Bless you, bless you, bless you. And stay tuned for my next episode in February of the Creative Empowerment Show. I wish you all the best. Peace and blessings, and ciao for now. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Creative Empowerment Show, Invoking Radical Love with Rachel Chase. Rachel activates your heart intelligence and sparks the flame of profound wisdom within you. To activate your heart, or for more information, visit rachelchase.com.